Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's going on? I'm testing out my new setup that I have going on here. Just playing around with some stuff, really. So there's really no specific agenda other than the fact that I'm really screwing around with a lot of things. So, yeah, it's quiet because I probably have to adjust things. And I did make that video a lot quieter than it probably needs to be. Let me take a look at this microphone, though. Let's see, its default levels are good. Red team, go. That's what's up. Let me move this. Let me move this over yonder here. It's kind of in my way, though. Oh, I don't like that being in my way. I have to keep that over here. So is the mic okay? Is it quiet? Is it good? Is it like super quiet or what? Maybe I should put headphones on and like listen to myself. How's everybody doing tonight, first of all? What are you guys all up to? That's what I want to know. Let me change some stuff here. Let's see. You're hoping lab? No. New streaming equipment. So the last couple times that I've tried to stream, it's
this integrated multi-purpose monitor serves
that I've been trying to figure out. So, right now I just want to make sure I can get that stuff figured out. So that's why I figured the best way to figure out my streaming issues is to go live and try to troubleshoot them live, because otherwise, like, there's no other way to like really troubleshoot them. New streaming equipment. So the last couple times that I've tried to stream, it's
this integrated multi-purpose monitor serves.
Whoa. That I've been trying to figure out. 25K raise at work. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man thing. Okay. So, I don't know what you're talking about, Dakota. It sounds much better, and it looks much better than my other one. And I would hope so, because I'm using a freaking $4,000 camera to stream from. And I just bought a brand new microphone that cost $150, $170 actually. So it should sound much better. So do I know anything about the SDN in server 2016-19? No, not specifically. What are you looking to know about, man thing? But congratulations to you on your raise, dude. That's awesome. You got your MCSA 2016, which that's baller. That's what's up. Let's switch over to this. The chat should be working. I don't know if this chat refreshes every time I switch screens or what. That would be super annoying if it did. Yes, you're looking to configure that or learn more about it. I wonder if Restream chat's not going to work properly. Every time I try to use the Restream chat, it never wants to work properly. I don't know why. All right, I wonder if I switch screens real quick. Yeah, it flushes it out. Okay, so I got to figure out why that's not work. Why it's doing that. Maybe I can source. You can keep source in memory. Testing, yeah. So, yes, person from Twitch. I'm testing my live stream equipment out. I just got a bunch of new stuff, so I'm trying to make sure that it's working properly. So. Yeah, I'm not using the Streamlabs garbage because it's garbage. I'm sick of using Streamlabs. Every time I try to use Streamlabs, something screws up. Every time I try to use Restream, something screws up. So, right now I'm using XSplit that I just paid, like, I don't know, whatever amount of money for to do this. Because everybody recommended it so highly. You're about to buy a second server and you plan on setting that up. We want to build a multi-tenant environment. Where am I at in MCSA studies in IT? You're asking me specifically? I was actually just offered something like a role. I was offered a position today, some type of position. It was more like a contract type of position where I'd have to study some things. I don't want to go into great detail about that, but it would involve an MCSA that I would be studying for. So once I get more details on that, I'll be able to share on that, which I think will be really exciting. Because I wasn't really planning on going this route, but since the opportunity kind of presented itself, I might have to take that up. I might have to do that. So anyway, is the audio on the microphone okay? Maximum KCTV, you've had no issues with Streamlabs so far. Yes, every time I try to set up like the Streamlabs chat, like it never wants to work properly. And it's the same thing with Restream. There we go. Now it looks like we got that to work, so it's in the memory. So that should be cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the CCNA after I go for the Security Plus. It just so happens that this position or this opportunity that I was offered would involve me being involved in Azure, and it would also involve me being involved in Office 365 implementations. So for me, you think it sounds cheap? You think the audio sounds cheap? Bro, this is like $180 microphone. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how it sounds cheap. Shots fired, yeah, for sure. Let me see. Move it in my general direction. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I don't know. Is this any better? Now that the microphone's directly in front of me, maybe that'll be better for you. But now if I start typing, it's going to be loud. So, but yeah, so like another problem that I was having with like live streaming was setting up the live events. Like, the live events weren't streaming properly, so I was having a ton of trouble with that. And that was just really making me angry. So I figured, again, why not set up a live stream event, make sure that works properly, and get all over there. Have you unplugged and plugged your mic? Nah, it's worse. How is it worse? I literally just moved it forward. All right, now you're going to make me... Hang on. You're going to make me put on my headphones and listen to myself talk, which I hate doing. Dakota, I think you just have crappy speakers, bro. Hold up. All right, let's see. Let me pull this up. If you guys get feedback, my apologies. I'm sorry, but I have to listen to myself talk, which I hate doing. Dakota, I think I don't see what's so bad about it, man. Bro, this sounds fantastic. I feel like this sounds like 10 times better than any of my other stuff ever did. And I heard static there. That's so weird. Let me pull this up, man. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't like that. I have to figure out on XSplit why it's recording my desktop audio. I don't really want my desktop sound to be recorded. We'll see. Okay, anyway. So there's still like a couple other screens that I have to configure. Like this one with the microphone and this one over yonder. Yeah. This one. So there's still some work that I have to do. It's always the end user, bro. I'll blame it on the end user. That's fine. I'm probably sucking it up, but I mean, video production and streaming was not something that I was professional in by trade. Now I'm trying to figure it all out. Yeah, the static was from, so for whatever reason, these headphones, right? These get $180 headphones, right? Amazing, right? Great, amazing quality, wonderful quality. Don't get me wrong, work great. The microphone on it works perfectly fine too. Go Logitech, you did fantastic. However, I haven't had the time to troubleshoot why they do not work with Google Chrome, because every time I try to play audio through those things in Google Chrome, it's just pure static. And again, I don't have the time to troubleshoot it because I really don't care, because I don't really listen to audio through them too much, like in Chrome. So, ain't no big deal. I'm not studying for a man thing. Are you studying for your Security Plus at the same time as your MCSE? Because I'm definitely not studying for any MCSEs at this current time. I'm having trouble studying for my Security Plus and throwing in CCNA information at the same time. But I love how some of the information that I've been studying on the Security Plus has been covering, VLANs and, just randomly configuring, or hardening switches and things like that. So that's been fun. Then Citrix. Gotcha. So yeah, totally unplanned stream for the night, but I actually do now. So now that this live stream event thing actually worked, I plan tomorrow night. Yes, it'll be tomorrow night. We'll be doing a live stream event for the Security Plus, where we're going to go over the practice questions again, like we did last week with Duan Lightfoot. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow night. I should probably set an event for that, right? Should probably do that right now. I'll do that while I'm talking to you guys before I forget. I need to make a thumbnail for all that and do all that fun jazz. But I'm glad I got this camera to work with the live stream. The only problem with the camera is, so I'm using a Sony A9. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with cameras. I can't see how much battery life I have left on this thing. So at some point, the battery just might die, and then I'll have to swap batteries. But it's a good thing I have like 6 of these freaking batteries laying around. But I think the quality is probably like 10 times better than this webcam was. I would assume that the quality is better. It looks better on the screen. Maximum KCTV, you're asking, would the MTA Windows OS be particularly difficult for someone who hasn't used any other OS than Windows 10? No. Yeah, the MTA window, like any of the MTAs should be fairly, I guess I would say relatively easy for anybody to pick up and go through. depending on the training material that you use. But yeah, the MTAs are all pretty much Microsoft's entry-level standard certifications there. Yeah, I would not advise doing MCSA and CCNA at the same time. That would be pretty terrible. Let's set up this new live event. We're gonna say tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I forgot about that. You think I would not forget about that, considering I, have wife and kids and all that fun stuff. So let's do Friday. Friday, I have another stream coming up too. Maybe later tonight we could do one. Man, I got some stuff to figure out now. I'm gonna have to figure this out later. Son of a gun. Anyway. What Maximum KCTV? Have you studied for the MTA yet? Because, I mean, you still want to make sure that you study for it. I mean, there's going to be things on there that, like, just because you have been utilizing the operating system doesn't mean that you're going to know exactly how everything is configured or the questions on the exam are going to be proposed to you and things like that. Like, they could spitball some really random things at your way. Where's the screen at? All right, you've been using IT Pro TV stuff. Awesome. I just found out today that IT Pro TV is doing free Microsoft courses like this weekend, like all weekend. All of their Microsoft courses are free. So like if you have a free membership for IT Pro TV, you'll get all of their Microsoft stuff for free, which is pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. You're finishing up your second master's? What's your first master's? My goodness, sir. So I have a couple other videos I'm working on where I'll be going over some command prompt basics again, because I've had a few requests to update the old videos that I've done on that stuff. And I was like, man, I can't believe people are still like wondering about command prompt, even though PowerShell is like the thing. So even though I still always pull up command prompt, I'll be doing a video on that. So that's, if you guys follow me on LinkedIn and stuff, you guys probably saw like I spun up a server 2016 and server 2019, so we can go over some of that stuff. So that's going to be fun. PowerShell I haven't done PowerShell basics yet. That's something that I need to get down a little bit more myself, which is something that I'm going to be working on as I'm going through a few other projects, let's say, which is covering some PowerShell things, like specifically related to cybersecurity, actually. So a lot of the command line stuff that I'm working on for a video is going to specifically relate to how these command line basics can relate to like cybersecurity type of not roles, but just whatever. I can't talk right now because I'm doing too many things at once. But anyway, the PowerShell stuff that I'm working on and for this other project, it's the same thing. It's, you know, these PowerShell commands directly relate to skills that you would need within the cybersecurity realm. And then there'll be one for Python too. So can't forget good old Python. LazyMan 1013, you're new to the IT world and you'd like to know what certifications you should go for first. Well, what is it that you are interested in of the IT world? Where do you find that you think you could be most interested in working? You know, is it on like servers, networking, programming, security, database administration? Do you really just want to get your foot in the door in some type of entry-level role? Usually, typically, like, my answer is always going to be the A+, the CompTIA A+, because that really just lays the fundamentals of many technologies. Big Worm, Big Boss, more like it. That's crazy, man. How much did I focus on the cryptography portion of the Security Plus? Oh my gosh. The cryptography part, I did a video on that on my other channel where I talked a little bit more in detail about the cryptography stuff. That's been the most difficult portion for me. And I really focused hard on the cryptography stuff for like a week because I was having such a hard time with it. Probably not a week, probably legitimately like 4 or 5 days. And I was still having a hard time with it, so I just decided, I was just like, screw it. Like, I need to like walk away from the cryptography for now and come back to it later. Because I needed a victory. Like, that's basically what I needed. Like, the cryptography stuff was like really giving me such a hard time. Just like memorizing, you know, all the different like encryption types and hashes and what they all mean and how they all work. So I was like, forget it. I'm walking away from it. I'm going to start like focusing on some of the different parts of the Security Plus, and I'll come back to cryptography later. So I'm going to wait to go back to the cryptography till probably be about like 2 weeks before my exam, because that's how much I hate cryptography right now. So like for the Security Plus, I just recently started going over like the data portion of it. So it's like, let me pull up. I can give you kind of an idea. I just went over, let's see, data management, information classifications, data destruction. It talked about a little bit about cryptography. Also, I tried to skip some of that. Let's see, redundancy, backup and restore, cloud storage. Then I went over to application. I haven't made my way all the way through this part, but it's talking about access controls, authentication, authorization, web application attacks, internet browsers, application development, Active Directory overview, Windows domain users and groups, Linux users, Linux groups, Linux user security, group policy overview. Yeah. That's what I'm working on now. That's like the lesson that I'm working on, or not the lesson, but essentially the chapter, I guess. That's all application. So once it gets to group policy and Active Directory, I'll breeze right through that. The Linux stuff I'm pretty excited about because I've been starting to get like very familiar with the Linux portion of things. So that'll be fun to learn a little bit more about and just to tighten up my skills. So yeah, cryptography is going to wait for a long time. Oh yeah. Anyway. And you said that also you hear Active Directory is good to have nailed down for entry-level work, and that's 100% true. For entry-level work, you're going to find, especially in Windows environments, that Active Directory is a tool that you'll have open 100% of the time, because 98% of the time you're going to get a phone call that says, I'm locked out of my account, I forgot my password, etc. So you'll have to have Active Directory open just for that alone. Or somebody will call and be like, hey, I need access to, this folder or this file. So you'll have to add a user to a user group. So Active Directory is one of those tools that, again, it's always open. I should make a video on like typical tools you will find like always open in entry-level type of roles. Because like Command Prompt or PowerShell or both, Active Directory, I have to think about it a little bit more because it's been a while. But like those three right there are things like I always had open 100% of the time. Like as soon as I walked in for the day, like those are the three things that I open first always. And like service desk to check tickets, email. Internal wiki, yeah, that type of stuff. So lazy man, yeah, you need to ask yourself, like, what area of IT are you most interested in? Like, I can tell you great entry level great certifications to get for people starting out, but they might not be areas of IT that you're interested in. So it really helps when you try to figure out, the areas within the field that interest you the most. So if you were to say, well, networking interests you the most, well, then I could say, well, you can look at like the Network Plus from CompTIA or the CCENT from Cisco. But for people who are just getting into the field or looking to get into IT, who have, nothing, like no experience at all, really minimal knowledge of computer systems, I always tell people to go for the A+, because again, it lays the fundamentals of computers and systems, and even some networking, and especially with the new A+. The new A+ covers things like virtualization, the cloud, cybersecurity, scripting, lots of great things. Underpaid is always better than unemployed. What will be in demand? What do you mean what will be in demand? What areas in IT will be in demand? Security, programming. Those are like the big ones, Those are going to be the big ones for a while. Not for a while. Those could potentially be the big ones for like the next 2 weeks, and then something big could happen. But that's always how IT works, right? You have something that's big and a hot topic for, maybe a year or two, and then it dies off, and something else is a big hot topic. But security is one of those things that it's not really going to go away at this point. And also the cloud. Everybody loves the cloud. So anyway, I think I got this all figured out with the stream, like with the new equipment. I'm pretty sure, at least. I'm crossing my fingers and everything, hoping that all this new equipment is working properly. The camera looks like it's much better quality, in my opinion. I don't know. It's still not exactly like what I would like it to be. I wish it was a little bit better. And I could probably make some adjustments, to improve the quality, but again, I'm pretty sure that the camera is better than this webcam that I was using. I'm hoping. So that's all this stream was about tonight. I was like I said, I was just wanting to test this stuff out, make sure it was working properly. Yeah, I have to study my Security Plus stuff tonight. Do some more labs with that. As I'm looking through like the syllabus here, like the course outline, I didn't realize all the stuff that was coming up, and there's a lot. So I got a lot to work on. What are the essential skills needed for someone who's looking to get into help desk? Pretty much everything that the A+ covers and soft skills. Those would be the essential skills. But soft skills would definitely be like really high up on the list because everybody loves soft skills. But there you go. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Today, 6 o'clock tonight. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, even though it was just like this random on the whim stream so I could test out this new equipment. I appreciate it. I hope I was able to answer questions sufficiently, and if you guys have other questions, hit me up in a video comment and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I'll be scheduling out another live stream soon. I just have to figure out when. I was thinking I was going to do one tomorrow, but I forgot it was Valentine's Day, so I can't do that or else the wife will kill me. So anyway, you guys have a great and wonderful, beautiful night, and